Hey everyone, hope you're having a great first day of the challenge. I know we had an awesome day. We were able to get into the gym early, got our exercise, been working on nutrition today, hydration, and now at the end of the day, we're getting ready to work on some rest, right? And it's just been a great first day. Excited for the rest of our time together. But what I want to do is, with our challenge, I want to drop a video every day talking about certain topics that will hopefully help you to grow. And this is important because the challenge is more than just the activities. It's a true personal growth challenge, because the truth is the results that you're looking for, you will never exceed the person that you're growing into to be. In other words, who you are becoming is way more important than what you're achieving, because achievements, you can get that in a moment and then all of a sudden they'll fade away. But if you grow as a person, the results that you get, they're no longer temporary, but they are who you are. This is something I've had to really go through. There's levels of my activity, my lifestyle, my health that's completely different. And it's simply because I've changed as a person. I'm doing things that I never imagined that I would do, but it's because it's who I am now. My identity has changed. Who I am and what I do are now working together into this new person that I've become. And guess what? I want to get better. I've got to get better, right? Because I want more and more of what God has purposed for me in my life. And so tonight, I just want to drop this topic with you, give you some things to think about as you are doing the challenge, pursuing your next level. And let's start with this word, desire. Desire. In fact, desire is probably why you are a part of this challenge right now. Desire is the reason that whether you talked with me, we were in a conversation, or maybe you saw a video that I posted, whatever it was, something got your attention. And the desire that you had for a different version of you spoke up inside of you and caused you to take action, caused you to reach out and say, sign me up for this challenge. I don't know the details. I don't necessarily need to yet. All I know is something inside of me is saying, I need to do that. I need to do this. Why? You have a desire. There's a desire. In fact, everything that we do is based on desire. In fact, we'll do things because we desire to obtain them. We also do things so that way our desires to not experience certain things, right, will propel us to do things. But desire is where it's at. In fact, the Bible talks about desire. Desire can lead us one of two ways, right? And a lot of times in the New Testament, desire is discussed as that link to our flesh nature, that part of us that is tempted to do what is sinful, to do that which is not right. In fact, you probably might be struggling with that right now. It's the desire to go get some Little Debbie's instead of working on something more nutritious, right? It's the desire to stay in bed versus wake up and discipline your body to do work that's going to help you later. It's all about desire. And so what happens is we have to focus on desire. We have to focus on what it is we truly want. Not what we're used to wanting. Not the cravings that are attached to the bad things. Not those kinds of desires. But I'm talking about internal desires to be the person you know you're capable of being. The person God has designed and destined for you to be. But I'll be honest with you, our desires, so many times, we are halted and hindered because we have conflicting desires, but sometimes we also have fear and doubt and all of these things that try to drown out that desire. It's almost like the desire that you have is a small flame, and there's so many factors coming against it. But what I want you to do is I want you to begin to work on building burning desire. Burning desire. Let me help clarify for you what I mean by that. Our desires must become healthy obsessions. Healthy obsessions. Now, here's what I mean by that. I say healthy obsessions because what I do not mean is that this consumes us in a way that our life is hindered by this one area, that we become off balance because this is all we do. Many of us, that might even be a turnoff for us, is the maybe people in our lives that they got involved in fitness or health or whatever, and now that's all they ever talk about. That's and everything that you're doing isn't right. Right? We know, so that's not what I'm talking about. What I am saying though is a desire that is a healthy obsession is something that we regularly focus on and we're diligent to take care of. For instance, a healthy obsession would be to make sure that we're taking care of our families. A healthy obsession is to be in the house of the Lord as often as we can. A healthy desire in this situation is to make sure we're taking care of our bodies, because this is the only body we've got. It's the vehicle that we are placed in, and we want to make sure that it is working most efficiently, most effectively, and that this body helps get us to the place in which God has purposed us to be. That these bodies can support the work that the Lord has entrusted us to do. And that's how I feel about this. I feel like God has given us work to do, but so often, the body of Christ, we are tired. We're not feeling well. We don't have the vitality to really do everything that we know in our hearts to do. And so for me, a healthy obsession is I've got to prioritize my health, not because that's the point. That's not this is not the point of the game. The point of the game is I've got to be at optimal condition to do what God's purposed me to do. Because my desire to be ready for what He would have me do is greater than anything else that would try to come against that. Right? There's things in this challenge that's going to try to deter you. Again, the biggies are going to be, hey, I want to sleep in. Hey, I don't want to eat healthy. Hey, I'm tired of drinking water. I want a soda or whatever, right? You're going to get to the place where you want to stay up late, right? Because you would rather do that than be disciplined to make sure that you're getting in the bed. All I'm saying is you've got to make sure that there is a healthy obsession that comes out of this challenge that will help propel you, right, towards what it is you want. And that's the question that you need to ask over and over and over again. That's how you keep burning and getting that fire of desire bigger, is you have to keep asking yourself that question until it gets crystal clear. What do I want? What do I want? What's important to me? Right? I've got to put my attention on it. Why? Because I'm building desire. I'm building my desire, because if I put enough attention on it and enough focus on it, all of a sudden I feel desire rising up in me when it's choice time. When it's choice time, when it's time to eat one meal versus another meal, all of a sudden desire pops up and says, I want the healthy option because I want to feel good versus not feel good. We all know what that's like. You eat a meal that you just know it's going to make you feel sluggish. You're not going to do well afterwards. We've all had those big lunch, right? Those big lunches where like, hey, we were very productive, and then we went to lunch, and buddy, after that lunch, we were just done. We were done because our body was going to work on digestion than to work on what's most important, the things of serving people, the things of providing for our families, right? This is what I'm talking about. Your choices are always going to come down to this one deal, and that is this: what do you want most? What is the greatest desire in your life right now? This is how our spiritual life is, guys. The desire of pleasing God or giving into our flesh. Which one's bigger? Which one has more weight behind it? Because whatever desire is greater, that desire is what wins out. That's why there is a constant battle raging within us, right? When I would want to do good, evil is what? Present. And look, maybe not everyone watching this video has a church background. If not, I'm just the Word of God is the source for me. This is where I live my life, right? I don't apologize, but I'm just simply saying if I'm saying things that you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, just know I'm talking about the Bible, and these are scriptures found in the Bible. But I have a desire as a Christian to read the word more. In fact, Psalms 37:4 says it like this: delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. See, my life, I can delight knowing that if I'm serving Him, living for Him, He will give me the desires. By the way, this is the requests, the things that I want, the good things. But the question is, do we even know what we want? Have we taken time to really ask ourselves, to reflect and ponder and meditate and say, God, what is it that I should want? What is it how is it that you've made me? What have you purposed me to do? Because I want those desires to come out. For instance, it is a desire for me to help people with their health and fitness. It really is. Because I know what it's going to do for people to feel well. A mentor of mine famously says, most people don't do well because they simply don't feel well. I've been that person. I've been that person that, you know what, I'd love to do more. But my body's giving out on me. My energy is depleted. And by the way, it's not because I was doing all that much. It was because I had not done enough. I had not done enough to sustain my body to allow me to do more. And look, everyone has their limitations. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm meeting potential. There's always more. We can always do just a little bit better. But the question is, do you want to do better? Do you desire to be all that you can be? By the way, if you don't, just turn off the video. It's fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings because I know this is not for everyone. I didn't come to help everyone. I come to help the ones that want the help. I want to be in the lives of those that say, I'm the one. I'm who you're talking to right now. And that lets me know that you've just qualified yourself because you just said it. I've got a desire. And we're not going to let fear, we're not going to let doubt, we're not going to let anything like that hinder your desire. In fact, here's what I want you to do to help build your desire, to cultivate your desire. I want you to every morning try this out. Just get out a piece of paper and I want you to write down things that you want. But do it like this. I want you to write it in past tense. In other words, I want you to write what you want as if you have already gotten it. And truly take time to think about, what do I want? And begin to write it as it already has happened. Why is this important? Because I want you to start taking ownership of your desires. And by the way, don't just keep repeating the list. Every morning, do this fresh, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to start identifying real desires. You're going to identify what's the desire that's really showing up every day versus, hey, I just had this idea this morning, right? And it might come back later, but what we want to do is identify the right now desire and start creating that to be a burning desire, because it's your desire that's going to help you move forward in this challenge. So try this out. Moving forward every morning, get out a piece of paper, write this. Don't type this, write this. Write it what you want in past tense. And I promise you this, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting motivated. You're going to start getting focused on what you desire. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 2.